Welcome back to the IBFP. Here's your host, Foxy New.
Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. This is the guys that have been wrote off way too soon, And let's just break it down. We start with Jaime Munguia. Jaime Munguia was wrote off after a poor performance against Dennis Hogan. A lot of people felt like Dennis Hogan won that fight. A lot of people felt like Hogan was robbed in that fight. But you've seen that Jaime Munguia has since bounced back with the knockout win over Gary Spike O'Sullivan. And that's arguably a better win than, Luke Keeler, who Andrade beat. And also a Brandon Adams, who Charlo beat. So you see that Jaime Munguia did get a quality win at 160 pounds, and he won a world title when he was only 21 years old. He's only 23 right now, and he's training with the Mexican Hall of Fame legend in Erik Morales. He's improved on defense, on offense, and he's making literally leaps and bounds every single fight and improvements. The guy is 6'1", a very big and powerful kid, and who's only going to get better training with Erik Morales. It's too soon to write off a 23-year-old kid who's going to be dangerous in the division. That's not to say he's ready at this moment, but he's getting there. It's too early to write him off, and I think too many casual fans have already wrote him off. But they don't write off guys like Deontay Wilder, who's never improved. You're showing a guy like this who's constantly improving, constantly making leaps, and they write him off. You can't understand casual fans. And let's get to the next guy on the list. The next guy on the list is Erikson the Hammer Lubin. Erikson the Hammer Lubin was stopped by Jermell Charlo. Charlo in the first round. They threw him in too early. He wasn't ready for that type of competition. But you know what's happened? He's won multiple fights in a row. He's won 4 fights in a row and 3 by knockout. He's only 24 years old, so he's a year younger than Tank, and he was the 2016 Prospect of the Year. Not only that, Erikson the Hammer Lubin is not only on a 4-fight win streak with 3 knockouts, not only is he only 24 years old, nowhere near his prime yet, and was the Prospect of the Year in 2016. He's gathering his confidence. He's a big, powerful kid. But one other thing that he has in his slate is that 154 is wide open. You see, Jermell Charlo has since lost to a Tony Harrison who has a weak chin, a Tony Harrison who simply just outboxed him. You see, guys like Jared Hurd has lost to Julian Williams. You see Julian Williams lost to Jason Rosario. So 154 is wide open. You got a pretty much well-rounded kid in Erikson Lubin. So, you can't write him off. It's too early. He's only 24 years old, and he's getting closer and closer to the point where he's ready to compete with the best in the division. Do not write off Erikson the Hammer Lubin. It is too soon. It's funny they write off Lubin, a guy this young, a guy this talented, but they don't write off guys like Tank Davis, who's undisciplined, who's missing weight, who's looking terrible against old fighters, who's on a decline, while you see that Erikson the Hammer Lubinson is on the climb. He's moving up. He's improving. He's showing improvements fight by fight. So that's what you need. You don't write off guys at 24 years old showing improvement. Let's keep it going. You get to Yordenis Ugas. And Yordenis Ugas is a lot of people's, top choice. They look at the guy, they see him, and they see that the guy is the real deal. Yordenis Ugas, he lost a close decision to Sean Porter. He dropped Sean Porter in that fight. Even the crowd was booing after the fight. Many people felt like Yordenis Ugas beat Sean Porter and should have been the WBC champion. He was otherwise undefeated since moving to the welterweight division. People, because Yordenis Ugas isn't flashy, doesn't have a popular name, the guys overlook him. But Yordenis Ugas is one of the most dangerous fighters, one of the most well-rounded and complete fighters in the welterweight division. To say this guy cannot become a champion in the welterweight division is foolish. The guy has all the skills. He has some pop. The guy is truly talented. A lot of people forget that Yordenis Ugas even beat Terrence Crawford in the amateurs. He's a big, skilled welterweight, and the PBC are not looking to risk Errol Spence in there with a guy like this. And let me explain to you why. He won a title eliminator against Omar Figueroa, and he should actually be the mandatory for the WBC, not Danny Garcia. Let's just be honest and unbiased. People are writing off Yordenis Ugas, stating that he'll never be a champion in the welterweight division. This kid has the talent, talents and skills to beat anyone, including Errol Spence Jr. Let's be honest. Now, the last guy on the list is Dillian Whyte. And, a lot of people don't like Dillian Whyte. They don't like Dillian Whyte because of the way he fights. Some people don't like him because of his trash talking. You don't have to like Dillian Whyte. You don't have to be a fan of Dillian Whyte. That's not what it's about. Guys are writing Dillian Whyte off saying he'll never be a world champion. Didn't they write off Andy Reid and said he would never be a world champion? In boxing, you never know what can happen. Didn't Tyson Fury get dropped by Steve Cunningham? Didn't Deontay Wilder get dropped by Harold Sconiers? Those guys are nobodies. So let's just be honest and unbiased. Dillian Whyte is always a threat. He's a guy who has elite level body attack skills. He has very strong left hand, maybe even a elite level left hook. Dillian Whyte is a threat in the heavyweight division to literally any and every heavyweight. To write him off, to say that he'll never be a world champion and he's not good enough is foolish. Dillian Whyte was stopped by Anthony Joshua, and a lot of people thought, oh, that's the end of him. But literally, he's, bounced back from that. He only has one loss his entire career, and he's drilled off about 11 wins in a row. People give him no chance against the top fighters. But at the end of the day, Dillian Whyte is a top fighter. Dillian Whyte is a top 5 fighter. You don't have to like him. You don't have to be a fan of his. But you must respect the improvements that he's making fight by fight by fight. You mustn't respect the fact that this guy wants to fight all the best. He made a contract offer to Tyson Fury. It was rejected. He made an offer to Deontay Wilder. It was rejected. The guy is trying to fight the best. The guy wants to fight the best. Made an offer to Andy Reid. Was rejected. So let's just be honest and unbiased. Dillian Whyte not only wants all the smoke, he's backing it up by fighting everybody who's available that's the best, and he's winning fight after fight after fight, showing consistent improvement. You must give credit to Dillian Whyte, and you would be foolish to write him off. But once again, unbiased as always, it's the IBFP.